We're all talking about the promises and the perils of artificial intelligence these days. But what if I told you that to really understand where AI is heading, we need to look back, way back, over a century ago, to the story of a man named Nikola Tesla? Because the huge challenges defining AI today, the funding, the infrastructure, the hype, the fear, it's all a direct echo of the exact same struggles he faced.
That's Tesla, in his own words. And you can just feel it, right? He wasn't just building things. He was this passionate artist, totally consumed by the pure joy of creation. He was a classic outsider, a visionary working alone, just fueled by his own incredible ideas. But, as we're about to see, that whole model of the lone genius, well, its days were numbered.
So our first big idea explores this massive shift in how innovation happens, moving away from the mind of a single person and into the hands of a huge organization. On one side, you have Tesla's world. I mean, the vision was singular and absolutely radical, but it came with incredible personal risk and a never-ending hunt for money. He was the ultimate outsider. And then, on the other side, you had this whole new model popping up with guys like Edison and places like Bell Labs. We're talking team-based, deep pockets, and laser-focused on what the market wanted. This contrast really framed the entire conflict of Tesla's career.
And this wasn't some slow, gradual change. Research shows the 1920s were a real tipping point. Before then, the lone inventor was still a thing. But then these industrial research labs came along and just systematically changed the game. By 1940, get this, a massive 40% of patents from engineers were coming out of corporate labs. The age of the lone genius was pretty much over, replaced by big, organized R&D.
And that dynamic right there is the perfect parallel for what's happening right now. The most powerful technology of our century is being forged in that exact same fire of corporate power.
I mean, think about it. You can't just cook up one of today's foundational AI models in your garage. It takes absolutely colossal data centers, billions of dollars, and huge, coordinated teams of brilliant engineers. It's the same story as a century ago. The sheer scale and cost of the tech means that individual innovators, no matter how bright, just can't keep up with the resources of the big corporations.
Okay, before we jump into our next theme, a quick note. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, and share and like this explainer. All the information here is compiled from open sources. Thank you. So, with that, let's talk about the timeless battle between a world-changing vision and the staggering cost of actually making it real.
So let's talk about Tesla's biggest, wildest dream, the Wardenclyffe Tower. Now, this was about so much more than just wireless electricity. He was imagining a global system for transmitting information, basically an early wireless internet. It was a plan to connect the entire planet, a vision so ridiculously ahead of its time, it's honestly hard to wrap your head around.
You can just feel the pure, unfiltered optimism in his words here. He wasn't just thinking about a new gadget, he was thinking about a whole new future for humanity, all powered by limitless, easy-to-access energy and information. It was an absolutely magnificent idea. But here it is, the question that haunts every single giant leap in technology. A vision that can change the world is one thing, but who is going to foot the bill for the infrastructure to actually build it?
And in the end, this is where the dream hits a brick wall. Wardenclyffe didn't fail because the science was wrong. It failed because of money. Tesla got a big chunk of startup cash from the banker JP Morgan, but the project's scale was just too massive. His dream was way bigger than the economy of the time could handle. The money ran out, the project collapsed, and his beautiful tower was torn down for scrap.
And once again, that echo from the past is just ringing loud and clear. AI's grand vision of some future artificial general intelligence depends completely on an infrastructure that has the exact same colossal challenge of cost and resources. Just look at this when you put it side by side. The parallels are kind of spooky. The vision changes from global wireless power to AGI. The key resource shifts from electricity to computational power. But the limiting factor? It's the exact same problem, a massive need for capital investment and serious questions about the viability of the infrastructure, especially energy costs. All right, so for our final theme, let's get into how these revolutionary technologies spark not just incredible hope, but also really deep-seated fear, and how that inevitably gets the attention of, well, the powers that be. Okay, so this is where things get a little James Bond. In his later years, Tesla came up with his most controversial idea, a particle beam weapon he called Teleforce. The newspapers, of course, immediately nicknamed it the Death Ray. He claimed it could vaporize entire armies from hundreds of miles away.
But here's the twist, and it's a big one. Tesla, who always said he was a pacifist, didn't see this as a weapon of aggression. He thought of it as a peace ray, a defensive shield so powerful, so absolute, that it would make war itself totally impossible. Literally, a weapon to end all wars.
The public reaction was, as you can imagine, a complete firestorm of both fascination and terror. And the idea was so powerful that after Tesla died, the US government literally seized all of his papers. They even brought in a top physicist from MIT to figure out if this death ray was real. He concluded it was mostly speculation, but the fact that they took it that seriously tells you everything you need to know.
A technology with the power to completely reshape the world, creating equal parts utopian dreams and dystopian nightmares. Does that ring any bells for you?
It's the exact same conversation we are having about AI right this second. Anxiety about existential risk. Intense calls for the government to step in and regulate. A new kind of geopolitical arms race for who's going to dominate. And this constant, noisy battle to separate what AI can actually do from all the hype and fear. So after tracing all these echoes from Tesla's time to ours, what's the big lesson here? What does his story really teach us as we head deeper into the age of AI?
Well, the first thing is this. The future is never determined by how brilliant an idea is on its own. And trust me, Tesla had some of the most brilliant ideas in human history. Now, at the end of the day, what really matters are the systems that either support or crush those ideas. It's about having the capital to build the thing. It's about whether innovation is done by individuals or corporations. And it's about the collective belief or fear of the public and its government. Those are the forces that actually shape our future.
And that leaves us with one final big question to think about. Tesla's story is this powerful, cautionary tale of the challenges that face any world-changing technology. So, as we stand here at the dawn of this AI revolution, we really have to ask ourselves, are we just doomed to repeat his struggles? Or have we finally actually learned the lessons his story is trying to teach us?